Welcome to the Lazy Tech Guys. If you like tech-related money-making videos, tutorials, and projects, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button and that bell to get all notifications when we release a new video. Hey guys, today's going to be a continuation video of last week's video where we disabled a pre-installed app on an unrooted phone so it wouldn't use your resources or anything else, your storage, your resources in general on your phone, so you can keep that for other applications. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, there are applications that you can't disable. Well, that kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. So we're going to talk about that today. But first, if you haven't seen last week's video, I'll leave that up in the right. If you haven't seen our series on how we set up our phone farm phones, we'll leave that up in the top right as well. Now, the first thing I recommend that you do if you want to get rid of an application that you can't disable, and you should do this even on the ones that you're disabling if you have icons on your main screen of your phone, is you want to remove or delete them so they're not showing up. That way you're not accidentally bumping them, hitting them, pocket hitting them, if you have them in your pocket. Particularly this phone is the phone that I use on a daily, so I don't want it getting smacked around. And even if I'm doing other things, I don't want it messing with stuff. Anyway, so the thing you're going to do is you're going to click into your settings again, and you're going to go into apps again, and then we're going to select this one weather app. And you can see here that it has the force stop, and so we want to get rid of that force stop. So we'll click on that, and it's going to ask us, and of course we want to get rid of it. So that turns it off, but you can see we can't disable it. It disables grayed out, so we can't disable it. Well, even though it shows that we haven't used it since the 30th, it could still accidentally come up, and you're not going to know. One way to make sure you know if this has been popped up is to turn off the permissions. If your permissions are off, it can't run without the permissions. So on this phone, we can scroll down here and we can turn off our permissions. It could come off. That way the phone has 0 permissions, and if you click on it again, it will ask for you to allow permissions. It will still run, and you will still have to come in here and hit force stop, but at least it's not by default. And then again, I come in and I clear the data. You can check your data usage. There isn't nothing. Just make sure it's not using anything in the background. That is off. And then that's open by default. No defaults are set. Notifications, I don't want anything on, so I turn those off. And it's using 0% last full charge, so it's not using anything. And those are a couple key things you can look at: since when and how much battery it's used since it's last full charge, to know if the phone's actually using this or not. So just something to keep in mind there. Anyway, that is just something to keep in mind. So anyway, guys, that is how you can turn those off so that they're at least not using any of your resources on your phone. If that won't allow you to disable, just go and shut it down and tighten it up as much as you can. It does take a little bit of time to do this on all these apps, because you can't do them, bulk, but you can do them one at a time and get rid of those. So each phone takes a little bit of time, and if you're not doing a bunch of them, it's not that hard. Anyway, guys, that is it. There's one more thing that we can do to help limit this to what it does, and we'll make a video on that. And that's basically getting it set up so that it won't automatically update these applications, and we will show you how to do that in our next video. So make sure, if you haven't subscribed, that you do that. Again, we're looking for 150 subscribers this month, so if we can get that, that would be awesome. And if this helps you, please hit that like button. Please comment whether it does or doesn't, or dislike if you don't like the video. Any of that lets us know what we need to do to improve and help you better. And if you have any video suggestions, please put them down in the comments. From there, guys, remember, the day is what you make it, so let's make it a good one.